What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we got our best artifacts guide. We're going over which artifacts you should be upgrading and which ones to avoid, so that way you save yourself that precious gold. Because the mistakes you make now with your artifacts can really come back and bite you in the ass later on. So let's jump into this. The way the artifacts work is pretty much similar to the gear in a lot of these gacha games. Thing that you have to look out for, and this is the most important thing, is do not go ahead and start enhancing or upgrading gear that has a main stat that has literally nothing to do with the set effect bonus. So for instance, let's say we have something like this. This is a 2 set effect. This is a noble sacrifice set. It says the user's HP will increase by 8% when we got 2 of these sets on a character. Now for our main stat, we have additional defense. So this is a good one. This is not a bad one. We're going to be putting this piece of gear on someone that is specifically like a tank, someone who's looking to increase their defense or their HP. Pretty much a tank is going to want both. This is another good example. This one, the toughness. The user's critical hit rate increases by a percentage. For certain damage dealers, we're going to want to have crit rate, crit damage, and obviously attack goes hand in hand with crit rate. So we have additional attack as our main stat. Now this is okay, it's not horrible, but ideally you want to look out for percentages. So this one right here, perfect example. Increase the user's attack by 5%. This is on the armed set, and our main stat is going to be an attack percentage. This is what you want. This is ideal. This is worth going ahead and leveling up. The problem you're going to notice with this game is you're going to get a lot of bad drops on your gear. I mean, the stats are completely random from when you're getting gear, and a lot of the times, 8 out of 10 times, you're going to get crap gear that really is useless and the stats don't even match the set effect. There are going to be certain hunters that it's okay to kind of build like a defense and attack status. And what I mean by that is for this specific character, if we take a look at the recommended stats, it's going to show defense, HP, and attack. We have this one though, where we have an additional attack as our main stat, and then we still have the noble sacrifice set bonus. So this is okay for this specific character because they also want to have attack as one of their main stats. So just be on the lookout. Even though they don't match, there are going to be some characters that you can use them on. So don't be so quick about selling all of your gear super fast early on. A bad example would be this one right here. We got the toughness set. The user's critical hit rate is going to increase by 8%. But our main stat is healing given increases. This stat has legit nothing to do with the set effect. Healing given increase is a stat that you want to put on someone who's going to be healing, but then the set effect, you know, we don't want our healers to have an increased crit rate. So this is something that you would sell. A lot of the times, like I said, a lot of the gear you're just going to have to end up selling because it's really not going to match. Like increasing our critical hit rate and then additional defense for our main stat, very, very bad. Rarities are going to determine how many substats you get. So on these common ones with the gray background, you're gonna notice that we only have one substat. Right here, we got attack percentage, damage increase. Then when we get to the blues, which are kind of like the rares, you're gonna get 2 substats. With the purples, you're gonna get 3 substats. And finally, those gold backgrounds, those are the legendaries, you're gonna get 4 substats. And the way it works is as you go ahead and you enhance these by 5 levels, you're then going to go ahead and gain an additional substat at the bottom. You're gonna see right here, it says unlocks upon reaching enhancement 5, 10, and 15. And all it's gonna do is pretty much just unlock the slot, and it's completely random. And that's what you wanna avoid because it's completely random, so you really don't have any idea of what it could be, as opposed to like a legendary, where if we take a look at a legendary, our 4 substats are already unlocked, so we know what we have. So we can kind of see like, is this worth upgrading, or maybe this isn't worth upgrading? Which character we should go ahead and put it on. You shouldn't be too picky with your substats. I think being picky with your substats is like way late game. You should more just be picky right now with having your main stat match the set effect. Now, if you already have an artifact that has those substats unlocked, as you go ahead and get it to the next 5th increment, what it's going to do is it's going to enhance one of your already unlocked substats. So you're gonna see that little +1 icon next to where it says defense, and then additional attack says +1. That's because I got this to an enhancement of 10. On my first 5 enhancements, it went ahead and it upgraded my defense percentage. If you're ever confused about what artifacts to put on certain characters or like how to build them out, if you go to your hunters, and I've been using this and it's been helping me out a lot, and you go to where it says artifacts, in the top right corner, you're gonna see that recommended stats. Click that and it's gonna tell you what is recommended for each specific hunter. As far as the best way to get your gear, it's gonna be through the Encore missions. This is kind of like the gear dungeons. Once you get to that tier 9, that's ideally where you wanna get. That's when you're not gonna have any blues drop, and it's strictly just gonna be the purples and the golds. For the first one, you're gonna see that it's always dark. And then for the second one, it's going to be fire. Those are 2 hunters that I highly recommend you start to try and build out first at the beginning. So having a strong fire hunter and dark hunter early on can help you get really good gear, especially for free to play. That way you can get through some of those tougher levels through the main story missions or gates or whatever you may be stuck on. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.